Hey everyone, today I'm in Sturgis, South Dakota at the St. Aloysius Cemetery. At least I think that's how you say it. And we're here to see one person and one person only, but this really is a beautiful cemetery. It's a small cemetery worth walking around, but my time is limited, so we're just here to see this one person. So the entrance to the cemetery is right over there. And like I said, it's a small cemetery. A lot of crosses. Very well maintained. Beautiful markers, and I'm sure a lot of different stories in here that would be fascinating. But we're here to see this one. An Old West grave of sorts. Poker Alice Huckert Tubbs, February 17th, 1851 to February 27th, 1930. Poker Alice Ivers was perhaps the best-known female poker player in the American West. She was born in England on February 17, 1851. Her family moved to Virginia when she was about 12 years old. There she went to boarding school and became a refined lady. In her late teens, her family moved to Leadville, which was a city in Colorado Territory. While there, she met a Frank Duffield, who was a mining engineer, and she married him. When he wasn't mining, he was also playing poker. After just a few short years of marriage, Duffield was killed in an accident while resetting a dynamite charge in a Leadville mine. At that time, Alice was in a tough position financially. She failed at quite a few jobs, including teaching, so she turned to poker to support herself. She made a name for herself by winning money from poker games. She would then travel to New York and spend her money on clothes. She saw this as a business investment. She was very keen on keeping up with the latest fashions and would buy dresses to wear while playing poker with the hopes that it would distract her opponents. She soon earned the nickname Poker Alice or Poker Alice Ivers. Now, Poker Alice was not only a poker player, but she was also a poker dealer. In fact, there is a story, whether true or not is to be debated, but that she was a poker dealer under Bob Ford. Bob Ford was, of course, the man who murdered Jesse James. Now, Poker Alice went all over the place, and eventually she ended up in Deadwood around 1890, and that's where she met her next husband. She was a dealer in the Bedrock Tom's Saloon, and one day a drunken miner came in to attack a fellow dealer, Warren G. Tubbs, with a knife. Alice threatened him with her .38 caliber pistol. After that incident, Tubbs and Ivers started a romance, and they were married soon after. Together they had 4 sons and 3 daughters. Now, the couple did not want their children to be influenced by poker, so they moved to a house northeast of Sturgis. Tubbs remained a dealer and also painted houses on the side. Tubbs contracted tuberculosis and died in 1910 from pneumonia during a blizzard. Alice drove her husband's body 50 miles to get him a decent burial. To pay for his funeral, she had to sell her wedding ring, and that led her back to the poker table. Alice's third husband was George Huckert, who worked on her homestead tending to the sheep. George was constantly proposing to Alice, yet for a while she did not agree to that proposal. Eventually, she owed Huckert $1,000, so she married him, figuring it would be cheaper than paying his back wages. Now, Poker Alice was so successful she was drawing large crowds to watch her play poker. Saloon owners liked her because she was a respectable woman who kept her values, which included not playing poker on Sundays. As her popularity grew, so did her earnings, which some nights was as much as $6,000, an incredibly large sum of money back then. She claimed that her earnings was somewhere around $250,000, which would now be worth more than $3 million. Alice used her good looks to distract men at the poker table, and even into her 50s she was considered a very attractive woman. She was also very good at counting cards and figuring the odds, which helped her at the table. Alice was known to always carry a gun and smoke cigars. Alice was not without controversy in her life. In 1910, she opened Poker Palace, which was a saloon near Fort Meade, South Dakota. She offered gambling and liquor downstairs and prostitution upstairs. The saloon was always closed on Sundays because of her proclaimed religious beliefs. However, in 1913, some drunken soldiers disobeyed her no work on Sunday rule and started to get unruly, chaotic, and started destroying the place. It was then that Alice shot her gun to try and quiet down the soldiers. The shot ended up killing one of the soldiers and injuring another, resulting in Alice's arrest along with 6 of her prostitutes. Her time in jail was short, but she got through it with the help of reading the Bible and smoking cigars. At the trial, she claimed self-defense and was acquitted. Her saloon, however, was shut down. While in her 60s, Alice was arrested several times after the Poker Palace incident for being a madam, a gambler, a bootlegger, as well as a drunkenness. She would comply with the law, pay her fines, and continue on with her business. In 1928, she was arrested again for bootlegging and her brothel offenses. She was sentenced to prison but did not end up confined because she was pardoned by the governor of South Dakota because of her age. After basically being forced to retire at the anger of the military and other people who were upset with her with the blend of religious elements at her house in Sturgis, Alice's health began to decline. Alice died on February 27, 1930 in Rapid City after a gallbladder operation at the age of 79. Alice has been portrayed by several television series and films over the years, and her popularity has remained as one of the Old West's most interesting people. So that's going to do it for this little cemetery visit. I hope you enjoyed it, and we'll see you guys next time.